I was runner-up
on
AIRRACK'S dating show. What it's like to actually be behind the scenes and be a part of a dating show for like the most insane YouTube channel who just hit 10 million subscribers. Congrats, Eric and everyone on the team. You gotta keep watching because this is literally like, I will never forget this day. My roommate Carly had been a part of the AIRRACK team for like a week at this point, and she said, "Hey, Susie, we're casting some models for this YouTube dating show." I was like, "Okay, like, what's that got to do with me?" And she said, "Well, you should be a part of it. Like, I know you'd make it far." And I'm like kind of freshly single at this point. So I'm like, okay, I guess, like, if this is how I'm gonna put myself out there, like, let it be so, I guess. So I tell her, you know what? Yeah, why not? I literally take the day off work because it was shot on a Saturday and I work every single Saturday. Now have no idea what's going on. All I know is that I went onto casting networks and I typed in dating show because she said that's how they were finding the other models. So I went on there just to see if I can find any more information because Carly refused to tell me anything. So I went, no more information. All it said was the rate and how many hours, and that's about it. And I really had no idea what I was getting myself into. Carly literally said, wear like a really nice dress and then bring a swimsuit. So I said, okay, guess I'm doing that. Let's go. Now, the best part about this whole thing is I was thinking, okay, it'll be a little more comfortable. Carly will be there. You know, she's my roommate. Love her. No. She goes to Texas or something for the weekend. So I'm now like at this YouTube shoot that she corralled me into, having no idea what I'm about to experience. Shoot day comes. I had maybe a week's notice for this, but did I prepare for it? Not at all. So now I'm pulling up to the shoot. There's this huge warehouse, and I walk in. I'm maybe like the 10th girl in line. I have no idea how many girls are gonna be there. Suddenly, all of these girls start like wrapping around the building, basically. It's a long, long line. And I'm just thinking, what is going on here? Like, are we all competing for the same man? Yes. Did we know who the man was? No. But we'll get to that, okay? It took everyone like 2 hours to go through like all the girls and check all the girls in. One of the major things that wasn't on the casting network's notice, among so many things and all the things Carly was refusing to tell me, was that they printed our Instagram handle out when we arrived and put it on a sash for us, and all of us wore our Instagram handles all day long. So we finally all get into the building. And the best part about all of this is girls were already like spreading out, going to their own little sections, and all of us were making friends with each other. I happened to be sitting with the other 4 final girls from the beginning of the day. And I was talking with one of the producers on the shoot. You know, you get to know like the crew and everyone, and they're so fun. But I was talking with Hayden, and he was like, "Oh yeah, literally from the start, like we knew that that group of girls was gonna be the final 5."
Yes.
Yeah.
We got she's got it on there.
Her and 10 right now are like, they need to win.
So the time comes for the man to be revealed that we're all competing to win his love over for. It's Manuel. Now, something that a lot of people probably don't know just from watching Eric's video, I had actually met Manuel twice. Once at a party where we had talked for 20 minutes, and then another time when I was helping my roommate out and being an extra for another one of their videos. And Manuel told me when I went up to him at this other video scene that he did not remember me. When I said, "Hey Manuel, how are you?" He fully could not remember who I was, where we had met, or anything. So round 1 comes. We are told to line up in a line, and he's gonna swipe left or right, yes or no on us, in real life. So we're all set up in a line. We're told to hold this champagne glass, and it's with water, don't worry, and throw it in his face if he swipes no. So finally the line is moving, right? Not a big deal, we had to wait, but finally, like, it's our turn to know if we are chosen or not and if we're moving on to the next round. And the girl in front of me was fixing her dress or something where she elbowed my glass of water or champagne and it spills on my dress. And I'm like 3 people away from going to like have Manuel judge me. So I'm like, holy, like, what am I gonna do? The feeling of success that I felt after him swiping right in real life on me was like so cool. So now Manuel has gone through all however many girls there were, and there's about 2/3 of us who he said yes to because he can't say no, and 1/3 he sent home, right? They packed up their stuff, left, which honestly you got to be ready for at any point, and you have to like just not take it personally because that's just how it is, especially because a lot of these girls are models and actors. Like, we're used to rejection. So at this point now, Manuel is able to pull some of the girls aside, and the winner, I think, was actually the first one to be pulled aside. So I think that says a lot that obviously there was a connection between them to begin with. But anyways, no, it's fine, I'm fine. A lot of time passes, and I still haven't talked to Manuel. And the girls I'm sitting with are all like, I don't know, I haven't talked to Manuel either. Like, what are we gonna do? Because it's time to move to the next shoot location pretty soon. And so what they did was they made one giant group date where Manuel was centered in the middle of a group of us girls. And what did I do to know for sure that he remembered who I was? Sat myself right next to him. And I was sure to be right in the middle so that I could get to know him the most. And honestly, at one point, it felt really that like the other girls weren't there and like him and I were just talking. At the end of our whole group date, Manuel asked every girl for their number. So he put 12 different girls' numbers in his phone all at the same time. And, you know, one by one, as everyone put their phone number in, they sent them off to line up for elimination. So I was sure to be, you know, the last one to put my phone number in his phone. And funny thing is, though, you know how I was talking about Manuel and I meeting a couple times before this and him not remembering? The great and funny part about this whole thing is when I grabbed his phone to put my number in, my phone number and contact was already in his phone. And I was like, see? Here's proof that we have met before. So now it's time to walk over for elimination. And since I was the only one that stayed back, all the other girls had lined up and were perfectly ready, like in a line. And of course, all the front rows were taken. So now I'm stuck standing in the very back in like a corner. And I'm concerned that Manuel is like even gonna remember like my name, first of all, or even if he'll see me, because when you're looking at a sea of women, like, duh, you're gonna get all confused. So Manuel goes ahead and eliminates girls based off their questions. The girl right next to me gets eliminated, and now it's my turn to answer a question to see if I get eliminated or not. And you know what Manuel says? I don't even need to ask you a question. And he moves on to the next girl. I wasn't sure whether to be like offended or like extremely flattered that he doesn't even care to have me answer a question because he just knows he's interested. So Manuel eliminated some girls based on their responses, but there was still too many girls. So one of the people on Eric's team actually had to come over and kind of give an incentive to some girls to, you know, get out and saying, no hard feelings. If you want to leave, you can leave now. And a few girls did, but I was in it to win it. So then comes the part of the day that was certainly the most nerve-wracking for me, and that is the blind date questions. So we basically were asked a question, and there's a wall between Manuel and all of us girls, so he can't see us, and he actually can't even hear our proper voice. because they'd use a voice altering machine so that he wouldn't be able to tell which girl was answering the question and it wouldn't be biased. Allowed him to pick the girls who he was also interested in personality wise. So now it's final five. And I am feeling just over the moon. Like, the final five moment was like when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm fine to go home now. The other five girls had been eliminated based on our blind answers to the questions, and we were told, go in the theater room, put your bathing suits on. We were like, okay, we don't know what's happening, but they had turned the hot tub on, so we were like, are we all gonna vibe out in the hot tub? Boy, was I wrong. They asked us who wants to go first, and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of nervous. I knew that there was some sort of surprise that had to do with the hot tub. I didn't know what. I just wanted to find out what it was. So I go walking out in my heels and my bathing suit. And the worst part about strutting out with my heels on was the moment that felt like the longest 30 seconds of my life of taking the heels off, like bent over in my bathing suit, and the mom and sister are just looking at me like, gosh, it was so embarrassing. I just should have walked out barefoot. But I saved all the other girls from walking out in their heels because they were going to walk out in their heels too. So I guess that's what happens when you choose to go first for things. You're kind of the chicken. Or what's the word?
What is the word? Chicken?
Guinea pig! You're the guinea pig! I was like, chicken is not right. Hello. Then I kind of had an advantage because I watched off to the side everyone else's interactions with Manuel, and man, his sister was going in on us. She had the best questions, and the mom was so sweet. She just kind of like sat there. They both seemed like absolute sweethearts. At the end, Eric said that the sister was kind of vibing more with Alyssa, and that the mom was kind of liking me more. So I thought that was funny. Because of that, I guess he listens to his sister more than he does his mom, since Alyssa won. All love to Alyssa, though. I'm literally actually hanging out with her right after I film this. Manuel was given a few minutes to talk with his family and discuss who they kind of liked the best and who they could actually see a future with, but obviously it's ultimately his decision. And we all went back outside and lined up, and he chose his final two, and it was me and Alyssa, and that felt amazing. It was like the craziest feeling ever. It's like you go through so many emotions throughout the day that when something like good happens after being like so incredibly nervous, you're like, and it's a roller coaster. This was me all day long. So it's time to change out of our swimsuits, and they ask us if we brought any like hoodies or sweatpants or some sort of pajama-like set, and both of us were like, no. We literally had jean shorts and a tank top like as a change of clothing. So Hayden was so nice and he lent us his sweatpants, so each of us in the video are wearing Hayden's sweatpants and then like our tank tops. So then comes the moment that was the cherry on, or shall I say, the strawberry on top of the AIRRACK'S dating show. We are told to wait downstairs, and then we can proceed upstairs when we are told to. So we all trot upstairs. We open the door to Eric's bedroom. Boy, was I not expecting that. There were red silk sheets, rose petals everywhere, candles everywhere. Like, I was not expecting that whatsoever. And really, neither was Manuel or Alyssa, that's for sure. Because we all looked at each other like, what did we just walk into? My mom's gonna watch. Frick. So we first get into the room, and what do we decide to do? Because we're not going to play with the things provided. We decide to jump on Eric's bed and have a pillow fight, as we should. So that's exactly what we did. But then Mr. Manuel lost his microphone, and it's like a tiny little thing, like it looks like corn. And we had to stop for like 20 minutes to try and find this piece of corn because like it's like thousands of dollars, like we can't proceed without it. But luckily we were able to find it. So then comes the time that Manuel has to choose one of us to eliminate. It was me. Guys, this is me editing mode. You get to see the real me pretty quickly because I seem to have lost the clip saying goodbye to you guys, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be answering some questions here soon regarding the AIRRACK video, and leave lots of love on his channel, and let me know if you want to see me as maybe the Bachelorette in a video coming shortly on Eric's channel. Alright guys, peace.